We're here with Head of High Performance Sean Murphy for Round 5's Libby Financial Performance Update. Murph, great to get the first win of the season, and there were two standout running performances from Archie Perkins and Nick Hind.
Yeah, great result for the boys for the week they put in and the reward to get the win on Sunday against Adelaide. Those boys were a standout performance for me on the weekend. Hindy will start with had over 1,500 metres of our high intensity run, which is I think a career high for him. So just really impressive to see him back to his blistering best, and then to see Perko, he had his best running game across all metrics that we've seen for the club so far since he's been here. So really impressive output. He's gone at over 140 metres per minute, more than 15 Ks in the game for a high half forward, sort of inside mid-roll that he can play. So, really important sort of metrics to see, and he's really developing nicely.
Some unbelievable efforts, and turning our attention to the injury side, it was disappointing to see Will Snelling have a reoccurrence of a calf injury. Can you take us through what Snell's going through at the moment?
Yeah, so Snell's really disappointing for Snell's. First game back from that calf injury, he had a really nice rehab program, really seamless in terms of that. That happened early in that second quarter to come off with that re-injury of the calf, and he'll now have to we'll be a bit conservative in this first instance with his rehab plan, and then we'll just build him back up again.
James Stewart also is suffering a calf injury. How did that occur, and what's the go for Stuz?
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Stuz that main training last week, he just had a little bit of calf tightness early in the session. Didn't think it was going to be too much, and then we got that scanned, and obviously that's come back with a disappointing result also with that calf strain. He'll enter a rehab program which will see him miss a few weeks now.
Jake Stringer was an out for the game against the Crows. How's Jake going in his bid to come back from that hamstring injury?
Unfortunately, sustained that hamstring strain in main training also. So he'll now, it's low end at this point, so he'll just into the rehab program, and we'll just sort of work through the process over the next couple of weeks, and hopefully he'll see him back sooner rather than later.
Some hopefully promising news for red and black fans with young key forward Harrison Jones. How close is Jonesy to putting his hand up to return to any form of footy?
Yeah, Jonesy's put a nice little block in over this last sort of month. He's getting closer. He's a test for this week. So if he gets through, skills this week, the aim will be to main train the two across the week, and then he'll just be on limited minutes this week if he, ticks off all those boxes this week. But all things are progressing really well for young Jonesy, and it'll be exciting to hopefully see him, if not this week, in the next couple of weeks.
And is it a similar story for Nick Cox?
Yeah, Nick Cox, that ankle's, healed up nicely now. He had a little bit of bone bruising from that incident that he had. Pretty good now. He'll just do some offline running early in the week and build up and be a test for this weekend. But all looking pretty promising at this point.
Finally, young key forward Kane Baldwin with last week's VFL game with concussion. Can we see Balders potentially return this week?
Yeah, so sustained that concussion last week, late in the game against Casey. So he missed on the weekend, entering that AFL protocols, the mandatory 12 days. He's been fine since, and he'll look to main train across the week this week and put his hand up to be available for Sunday.